1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. And you are not saving your special needs child. All right, we can go off the record. You're going to have to get your life in order. If you don't, your life is going to continue to spiral out of control. So you're an adult. Your son is not an adult. Your son is 100% dependent upon you, and you're just doing foolish things. The court is going to find you guilty, and the court is going to sentence you.
All right, guys, today we've got a courtroom showdown with Judge Boyd, and she's not holding back. This case involves a mother, if you can even call her that, who left her special needs child in a vehicle, has 2 open CPS cases, and still refuses to give up the drugs. At what point do you just admit you're the problem? Seriously, how do you mess up this badly and still expect sympathy? And if that wasn't enough, she's already had 36 chances in court. Let me know what you think as you watch Judge Boyd go hard enough on this absolute menace. Or was she too lenient? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now let's dive in and watch Judge Boyd deliver some well-deserved justice.
Hello.
Hi, Emily.
Oh, could I have a file stamp for this case? For the state? Defense?
Michael DeLeon for Ms. Hernandez.
And are you Ms. Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And counsel, I know you were recently appointed to represent Ms. Hernandez. Are you waiving your time?
We are waiving any type of preparation period, Your Honor. I believe we have come to a resolution.
All right. Are you the same Victoria Irene Hernandez who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 8599 for the offense of abandoning a child with intent to return on January 4th, 2021 for a period of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State.
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 13 on or about the 23rd day of April 2024 in Bear County, Texas. Defendant Victoria Irene Hernandez did then and there operate a motor vehicle without a valid Texas driver's license in violation of condition number 13.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Under the waiver of the remaining violated conditions.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 13, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Is there a proposed agreement?
So there's not.
All right. State, what are you requesting?
State's requesting revocation.
Defense, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, probation had made a recommendation to extend for 1 year, place Ms. Hernandez in a DDRF, followed by mixed supervision and a parenting class. And as the court could see, she was in felony drug court. DDRF was held in abeyance last time as an option, and she is motivated to go to DDRF, be successful in it. Apparently the wait is only 3 to 6 weeks, and that's what we're asking the court to do.
Leaving your child alone in a car for an extended period, whether you intended to return or not, should come with serious prison time. Let's be real, this isn't just a simple whoops, my bad moment. It's straight up reckless endangerment. Depending on the state, and no, this isn't Texas, charges like child neglect or child endangerment can carry years behind bars. And sure, some people might argue, if I was only gone for a minute, yeah. Well, it only takes a minute for a car to overheat, for a stranger to break in, or for a child to wander into traffic like it's the Indy 500. There's no excuse for this level of irresponsibility.
All right. Ms. Hernandez, I don't think you're a good candidate for probation. And let me just tell you why. Felony drug court is an intensive form of probation. I know that. But from reviewing the court summary at the sanctions that they gave you over there, and let me just tell you how many sanctions they gave you, which means this is how many chances they gave you. You understand? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. That's what you're coming to this court with. 36 times felony drug court was seeking to work with you. So you see where my mindset is? And do you understand why?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so I placed you on probation here. Well, it was heard on March 9th, 2022. And that's when you were sent to felony drug court. So I don't think you're a good candidate for probation.
Judge, if I could,
Yes.
one thing for Ms. Hernandez, the good thing about felony drug court for her was that it is our belief that it has worked. She has been clean since September, and if she was tested today, she's going to come up negative.
Mhm.
So, it's not like she totally, yeah, there's several things that she did do correctly in felony drug court. There are a number of things, obviously, as the court has seen, that weren't done correctly, but she's made a lot of her appointments, and she has ended up clean, which is the point of felony drug court.
I just don't think you're a good candidate. I mean, felony drug court, I mean, there are major issues, but instead they are still trying to work with you. And they tried to work with you a lot. Here's the thing. I know a lot of people want to stay on probation. They do. Like, nobody wants to go to prison. I don't take any joy in sending the people to prison. And everybody that I send to prison or everybody I place on probation, I actually do remember them. Even as a defense attorney, I had some clients who ended up in prison. Guess what? I still remember them and wondering how they're doing, and hopefully they've changed their life. And it'll be the same with you. I just don't think you're a good candidate for probation. I think we tried.
Exactly. Judge Boyd really gave this woman every opportunity, but she let down both her child and the court minus 36 times. Seriously, how do you even fail that much? At that point, it's not just bad luck. It's a full-time commitment to making terrible choices. And let's be real, probation is already a second chance, and she fumbled it every single time. Even if she finally stayed clean, probation sanctioned her 36 times. That's not a minor slip-up, that's proof she never took it seriously. You'd think at some point she'd say, I need to do this for my kid, I need to stay out of trouble. But nope, she messed up every single time. At this point, what's the judge even supposed to do? Give her a 37th chance? No way. I can only imagine what's going through Judge Boyd's head right now, and honestly, whatever punishment comes next. I don't blame her one bit. What do you guys think? Drop your predictions in the comments, and let's dive back in to see what Judge Boyd has to say.
So,
And Judge, the only other thing is she's never been given a felony conviction before. That's why she wants to stay on defer. She's motivated for it, and that's why she was hoping that the probation's recommendation would be followed.
all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to find 13 true. I'm going to revoke, find you guilty.
Anybody else? How about before all the past few years?
Judge.
Yes.
So I was going back and forth with the drug court personnel in this case, and there is some concern if she is given a sentence JSAT.
Oh, it's not going to be JSAT.
Okay. Okay.
All right. And what was the concern though? Now you've piqued everyone's interest.
Judge, they feel that a JSAT sentence is not the reason why she was kicked out of drug court and so forth. They just don't think JSAT would be appropriate. And some other concerns in regards to her child. So if she was given, from my understanding, there is a CPS open case for neglect and possible abuse.
Not on me, on the father.
Okay.
There's an open case.
And state you're asking for revocation?
So we are not opposed to revocation, but we are not with JSAT.
Okay.
Judge, if
I
I
mean,
may,
what I can tell you, I wasn't going to give her judgment satisfied. I just, let me just tell you what my thought processes were.
Yes.
My thought process in reading everything was I saw that there's a child involved, right? This case involves a child and it's abandoned with intent to return. So I understand, and I understand that that child, they're telling the report is special needs,
Yes.
but she's making horrible choices.
so DDRF only lasts for long, probation only lasts for long. If we help her continue, she has a possibility of, one more chance, and the court has given plenty of chances before. But if she's given one more chance, there's a possibility that one day she's going to be still with this child, and that child needs a stable parent, and DDRF will help in that potentially.
And you are not saving your special needs child. So where is the child now?
He is with his father at the moment. The CPS case is on the father and the current girlfriend. And
So let me get this straight, and correct me if I'm wrong. So you are saying that there's allegations of abuse, and those allegations are abuse against the father who he's with?
yes, Your Honor. And the case has been open for about they opened one CPS case, my court did, because of the what they had found in my phone. And then the caseworker got in touch with
What did they
the
find?
father.
Wait, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
So
state your name.
Victoria Hernandez.
What did they find in your phone?
So later on, they said that it was because the autism doctor recommended that they lock the door at night. But I thought they were just locking my son in the room all day. And so that's what drug court found on my phone when they were going through our messages, was me getting mad at the dad about locking my son in the room. And so they called CPS for neglect. And then the dad got another CPS case because I believe the school called CPS for neglect as well.
All right, any objection to somebody from drug court zooming in?
Objection.
No objection.
All right, just have a seat. Drug court is going to zoom in so we can get to the bottom of what's going on.
Yeah, I'm just not buying what she's saying personally. There's no way drug court is gonna see text messages about the father abusing the autistic child and just be like, well, case closed. They're gonna confirm that with the parents, social workers, or just somebody. They don't just take texts at face value like it's a group chat drama. And then coincidentally, the school calls CPS because the autistic child is having issues. Yeah, that timing is a little too perfect. Schools don't just randomly call CPS for fun. They're legally required to report when they suspect abuse or neglect. Mandated reporters have to step in when a kid's well-being is at risk. So either there's something going on that she's not telling us, or she's trying to twist the story to make herself look like the victim. Either way, I feel so bad for the kid because at the end of the day, they're the one caught in the middle of this mess. But let's go ahead and dive in and see what the drug court has to say about this whole story here.
Hi, Judge. How you doing today?
All right, how are you doing?
I'm great.
I miss you guys.
We miss you too.
Okay. All right, Ms. Hernandez, if you'll come down. We're back on the record in 2020 CR 8599, State versus Victoria Hernandez. All right, so we have Officer Garcia by Zoom. Any objections to her being by Zoom? Defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, and the state has already stated that they do not have any objections. Officer Garcia, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand. Do you waive any confidentiality that Ms. Garcia has as it relates to your time in felony drug court?
Mhm.
You didn't want her talking about.
Oh, no. I don't mind.
All right, so you're giving up that right.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Any objection to her testifying in the narrative?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Officer Garcia, because I was inclined to sentence her to the Bexar County Jail under 1244 to 1 year. Can you tell us how she was doing? What have been the issues with her in the drug court, and what would be your recommendation for her?
As you saw in the court summary, we did work with her extensively. Every time there was a violation, we used progressive sanctions. We did have DDRF in abeyance, back on 9/20/2023. Instead of that, we went ahead and gave her the chance to do Alpha Home, which she did complete. However, she went right back to her old criminal thinking. people, places, the basics that we teach in felony drug court, kind of intertwined the two. And that is the only reason why we found out is like it fell into our lap. It wasn't something that we were looking for. And we had concerns, again, because of her special needs child. We do have another case against her in CPS. So the CPS case, there is one pending for the father of her child, and we do also have one for herself.
All right. Do you know, with regards to the case for herself, what is that about?
Because of what was found on her phone.
So what was found on her phone has absolutely nothing to do with the child's biological father?
It's actually both of them are involved. But again, he was the only one that the case had. The first CPS case is only on him. So when we found the information that included both of them, a CPS case was filed against her as well.
So what was on her phone? Did it have to do with, I don't want to get into too much, but what was on her phone? Did it have to do with her as it relates to her and her child?
Yes. Concerning for her to be around her child. Absolutely.
Okay.
And then considering her case that she's on as well. So with that being said, we have seen often that we work with the individuals and there wasn't really enough progress, and we don't feel comfortable with one, probation doesn't like to recommend revocation. But we have seen in drug court that a lot of our participants are getting credit for time served. So we didn't want her to just, get a JSAT and be done, because then there's no problems that are fixed. And then we have the concern for the son. So that is very concerning. If I could recommend revocation without the JSAT, I would. And I would like to. That's what I would like to happen.
All right. Do you have any questions?
I do, Judge.
All right.
Officer Garcia,
Yes, sir.
throughout her time throughout felony drug court, she tested negative on multiple occasions, correct?
She did. However, she also tested positive.
Busted. I love how, at the start of this hearing, her attorney confidently claimed she stayed clean throughout felony drug court. Like, really? You said that with a straight face, and now, surprise, surprise, we find out she lied. Not just about that, but about the CPS case too. That's wild because, let's be real, courts don't just make things up for fun. If CPS got involved, there was a reason. And now we're learning she never mentioned that she was also involved in abusing her own child. Yeah, that's a whole different level of shady. Courts, and especially Judge Boyd, take child abuse extremely seriously. We're talking felony charges, potential prison time, and permanent loss of custody. Yet she tried to play the victim, like she was some innocent bystander. The math is not mathing here. Was this just a terrible legal strategy, or did she really think she and her attorney could lie their way out of this?
How long ago was that?
Let me check. Drug test. Well, she did have a no-show, so to us, that was April the 17th. That is considered a positive in felony drug court. Let's see, her last positive would have been September of last year.
That's all I have for you. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. And Officer Garcia, you all are not willing to accept her back. Is that correct?
No, Judge. We worked so much with Miss Victoria, and it just seems like we hit a wall at this point.
All right. Thank you so much for zooming in on such short notice. I appreciate it.
Yes, Judge. You have a good rest of your afternoon.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Are you still insisting that what was in your phone was not related to you?
I wasn't aware the second time around that a CPS case was put on me. I've been in jails.
No. My question is, are you still saying that what was on your phone?
And I would argue that, she has done several things right. She's also done several things wrong, but there was several things. She did participate in the felony drug program and did a lot of good things. So we want the court to reflect on that.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to revoke you Let me see, where is the trial court certification?
Handed it to the court.
I do have it here. The court is going to revoke you. The court is going to find you guilty. The court will give you credit for any time served. The court will give you credit if you successfully completed inpatient treatment, because I see there was some inpatient treatment maybe through alcohol. If you successfully completed that, the court will give you credit for that. And the court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility. I'll recommend the therapeutic community. I can't force them to place you in there, but if you going to show you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
All right. You have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. You're going to have to get your life in order. If you don't, your life is going to continue to spiral out of control. Felony Drug Court is a good program. They work with you for 2 years trying to help you, and you still just want to do whatever you've been doing, which is not good for your son. I always tell people you're an adult. Your son is not an adult. Your son is 100% dependent on you, upon you, and you're just doing foolish things. Good luck to you.
Yeah, I've got to say, 2 years seems pretty fair here. When you rack up 36 sanctions in felony drug court, there's just no dodging jail time. At that point, it's like she was speedrunning her way to a sentence. And honestly, it's just sad because this woman clearly didn't love her child enough to make better choices and actually take care of him. I feel terrible for this kid. He never even had a shot at a good life with parents like this. And sure, I'd love to believe the father might step up and turn things around, but let's be real. That's probably not happening unless CPS actually intervenes. What really concerns me, though, is that at the time of this hearing, the child was with his father, the same father who also has a CPS case against him. How does that even happen? I won't speculate too much since I don't know all the details, but it definitely seems sketchy. Either way, Judge Boyd handled this one perfectly. She didn't let the defendant talk her way out of it. She got caught lying, and the judge called her out on every bit of it. What do you guys think? Did Judge Boyd get this one right, or should things have gone differently? Drop your thoughts in the comments. That's a wrap for this one. If you enjoyed the video,